The U.S. is still bearing the brunt of responsibility for the intervention in Libya, despite Washington's promise to minimize its involvement. The campaigns led to a spike in anti-war sentiment on American soil, the highest recorded surge in decades. And as RT's Ganit Chakan reports, the title of the operation may spell a long and painful conflict for the U.S.
Coalition is calling this operation Odyssey Dawn.
Odyssey Dawn. Odyssey Dawn.
What's in a name? The names that the U.S. previously gave to its campaigns kind of make more sense, like Desert Storm in the Gulf War, or Operation Enduring Freedom in Afghanistan, or Iraqi Freedom. But Odyssey Dawn, on top of making no sense as a combination of words in itself, if interpreted, it could actually mean something really lengthy in time. Or the word dawn, could it possibly imply that what we have now is just the beginning? We talked to the U.S. command in Africa that was tasked to come up with the two words, and they say the title does not mean anything.
And what happened is there was a group of planning officers led by a lieutenant colonel that sat down in the early days of planning and came up and looked at the list, and they decided to call it Odyssey just because they liked the sound of Odyssey. The second part of the word, or the second part of the nickname, is basically chosen at random.
But amid the growing confusion that Americans have over the ultimate goal that their government pursues in the oil-rich North African country, the title suggests different interpretations.
The title is confused, and so is the operation, and so is the public understanding of the operation. So I think it's all very confusing.
What's really unhappy is that if you think about the Odyssey, it's this story about these people wandering around the Mediterranean for 10 years, not able to find their way. That seems exactly the wrong metaphor for what they want to convey about this.
President Obama said the U.S. will be in and out of Libya in no time. The name Odyssey Dawn seems to be an odd choice for a quick operation, considering Odysseus' 10-year journey to return home after a 10-year war.
It in some ways represents the lack of clarity as to what the objective of the mission is. If Americans in their heart of hearts could call it something, it would be Operation Here Today, Gone Tomorrow.
For many in the U.S., Odyssey Dawn has become a joke.
By the way, Odyssey Dawn? You really name a combat operation after a Yes album?
Odyssey Dawn? That's not a military operation. That's a Carnival cruise ship.
Odyssey Dawn. And I was thinking, ooh, I know her.
But not only do most U.S. comedians poke fun at the name of the operation, they also best express the growing public frustration over the U.S. involvement. Polls show in the last 4 decades, Americans' disapproval of a military action has never been as high as it is now with the Libya intervention.
The Pentagon saying that the activities in Libya, that we're only going to be in for a short time and then we're pulling out. And, hey, how many times have we heard that, huh, ladies?
We're at war? Again?
Many fear, like Homer's Odysseus, it may take the U.S. years to finish the journey.
I must find a way home.
Ganit Chakan, RT, Washington, D.C.